welcome to the Colorful Knits podcast. My name is Maggie and this is my channel where I love to chat about my knitting and crochet and just everything that I'm working on and crafting. If you're new here, I live here in Pennsylvania with my husband and my 3 kitties, and I just love to chat about yarn and projects. I'm also a yarn dyer. I opened up my own yarn shop in September of last year, and that has been such an exciting adventure. So I have not recorded since December, which is pretty crazy considering it is now March already. And I do have some things to share with you. I have a couple finished objects and some new projects to chat about. So let's get into those. Today I am drinking hot tea, and I am drinking the Red Rose birthday cake herbal tea. Red Rose, I probably have shared this before. Actually, I think maybe my last podcast. Red Rose carries a line of dessert teas that are very delicious. They are sweetened with stevia, which makes them like really sweet. So you know, I personally don't add like sugar or anything. I feel like they're sweet enough. So yeah, that's what I'm cozied up with today. I hope you have a project or a cozy drink or something that you can do to hang out with me and chat about crafts and yarn. Also, you're probably gonna see some nosy kitties, as always, hanging out, crawling around on everything. But yeah, so I'm ready for some cozy tea and to chat knitting because it's been a while. The weather is cold. This past week we got that little tease of spring. We're in that time of year now where it's like, oh my god, is spring finally here? And then like the next week is like bitter cold again. So, but that's what, I don't know, I just kind of accept that's what the weather is here in good old Pennsylvania. So with that being said, it is chilly today. It's so nice and sunny out, but it is cold. So I am all cozy. I'm wearing my summer sock camp 2021 sweatshirt. It is my favorite. It's so soft, and this is actually one of my favorite logos from summer sock camp. I don't know, it brings back a lot of memories and I just love the design for it. But yeah, anyways, I am nice and cozy and I am ready to chat all things yarn and crafts. So I figured I will start off with finished objects and let's talk some socks. I have two full pairs finished, and I have a couple single socks, but I'll get into those. First, I'll start with my finished socks. So I believe I shared these last podcast. This is my Christmas at Hogwarts. Wait. Oh my god. I don't even know my own yarn name colors. Oh my god. What's this colorway called? It wasn't Christmas at Hogwarts. It was, oh, a very wizard Christmas. Sorry. It took me a second because I can't believe December was like just here, but it also feels like long ago now at this point. Anyways, yeah, this was actually, I should probably put these on some sock blockers so you can see better. I never block my socks, which I know probably isn't great, but I just wear them immediately after I make them, and then I wash them in the washer and dryer anyway, so I feel like for me, blocking kind of just like defeats the purpose of any of it. So anyways, these are my Very Wizard Christmas socks. They're picking up pretty light on camera, but it's a little darker, but it's this nice rich like burgundy color with specks of like a dark green with some like deep yellows for the castle. And then I used a gray mini skein that I had laying around. I have no idea where I got it from. It was just sitting in my stash and I kind of just liked the way it paired with this. So yeah, these were my A Very Wizard Christmas socks. Unfortunately, this is no longer available in the yarn shop, but I had a lot of fun with that color and working that color up. I have one more finished pair. I feel like maybe I need to invest in some more sock blockers, just for sole purposes of like presentation. Anyways, these are my next pair. This was a colorway I dyed up for December while I was still dyeing up my Stardew Valley monthly colorways. And this color is birthday cake. No, pink cake. I said birthday cake because my birthday was in December and that's why I dyed this color. I'm sorry, it is the pink cake from Stardew Valley. So it's this really pretty light pink with the specks of red for like the topping on the cake in the game. And it's hard to see, but there is like some like hints of like a purplish shadow, kind of like the way the cake looks. I can pop a picture up here for reference. So yeah, I finished both of these. I don't remember. I think I finished these in January. I'd finished these right before Christmas, and I finished these in January. If you are new here, the way that I knit all of my socks, I cast on 64 stitches for myself. I use 2.25 millimeter 9-inch ChowGoo needles, and I just cast on. It really depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll make a long sock, sometimes I'll make a shorty sock. It just depends on my mood. And sometimes I'll do a 1x1 rib or a 2x2 rib. For example, these are 2x2 rib. Also an ankle sock, obviously. But this was a 1x1 rib, another ankle sock, and I always do afterthought heels. I don't know why. It's one of my favorite methods. I have been thinking about going back to heel flap and gusset because it's been a couple years since I've done it, and I don't know, I feel like maybe I just want to go back and do it again. But I find afterthought heels to be easy. That's just my opinion. And I like the way they fit on my foot with an afterthought heel. So yeah, I just cast on and I just like knit a tube basically to whatever I think the length will be good. And then I decrease on the toe and I Kitchener the toe. And then I'll go back in and measure for my heel and I'll work in the afterthought heel. And that's how I always make my socks. It's not like a very organized way. I'm kind of always all over the place. I don't really measure. The only thing I measure is for my heel. I don't measure how many rounds I do for like the leg part or for the foot, like the length of the foot. I just like eyeball it. So if I were to sit down and show you all of my knit socks, none of them are consistent pairs because I just go with it. I don't know. But they always fit me perfectly, so it works out. But there are so many incredible methods to sock knitting, and this is just kind of what works for me. So that's just what I do, but I quite enjoy it. So those are the only two finished pairs that I have. I do have some single socks to share with you. We'll start with this one because I believe that I talked about this on my last podcast. I have been working on socks for my brother-in-law for like over a year now, and I finally finished one in I think I finished it at the end of December, maybe even beginning of January. And I feel so bad because like he already knows he's getting them, and he actually tried this one on and it fit him perfectly, and I've been like lollygagging on casting on the second one, and I finally did last week, and I'm going to talk more about that later. It's kind of random, but anyway, so I did finish one sock. This is Patton's Croy Slake Jacquard colorway. I cast on 72 stitches for him and also just knit a tube and did the afterthought heel. I really was just guessing with this. I've never made like a man's sock before, so I was hoping that 72 stitches would be big enough to fit him. And I also actually did these magic loop, which I'm still trying to get the hang of it, and it's only when I am like continuing into like the round where I feel like I get this funky, I feel like actually maybe this one blocked out since I don't know, it might be hard to see on camera, but there's like a weird, I think it's just the way my tension is like when I'm pulling to go into the next round. Like it's not a gap, but my stitches almost look a little loose. But actually I think it kind of blocked out after, now that I'm going back and looking at this, because I did block this one, and now that I'm kind of looking at it, it actually doesn't look so bad. So actually maybe that is the trick, is to just, when working magic loop, absolutely block them, because that will relax the stitches probably. So never mind, I just solved my own problem. But anyways, yeah, I did cast on his second sock. I did not bring it with me, and I'm too lazy to walk upstairs, but I got a lot done. I'm about probably like here on the other sock, so I'm looking forward to getting these done. His birthday is coming up in April, so even though that's like springtime, I think I might just give them to him. That way he'll have them as soon as fall starts. He can enjoy them. So yeah, I finished this one and I'm working on the second one. Okay, I have another finished sock, another lonely single sock. Okay, so this colorway is called Winter at the Castle Grounds. It was a colorway I had in my shop for January and into February. I just recently took it off the shop to make room for spring colorways. So yeah, this was a really fun neutral winter colorway, which usually isn't my like style. I love bright colors, but this just felt so perfect for winter. So it's this nice like marled gray, and then there's pops of like pine green with some specks of gold for the castle. And I paired it with a random green skein that I had in my stash. I also don't know what the green is from. I have a lot of just random like mini skeins in my stash that I don't have the tags for, that I don't remember where they came from, but I thought it paired perfect with this. So yeah, this was my Winter at the Castle Grounds colorway, and I only finished one sock. For some reason I was like struggling to cast on the second one. It's interesting because I don't usually get second sock syndrome. Usually I finish one sock and I'm like, yeah, let's go to the second one, and I immediately cast it on. But for some reason these last couple socks I have, I've been like struggling to cast on the second one. I also think part of it is wanting to like showcase my colors that I have in the shop so people can see how they look worked up, and then so I'm like, you know, trying to knit super fast, but I die faster than I can knit, so it's hard to keep up with myself. So yeah, that was one sock finished. The next one I have, this is so much fun. All right, so this is my Amortentia colorway that was available in February for Valentine's Day. It is based off of the potion Amortentia from Harry Potter, the love potion. And it was a sock set, so it came with this this really pretty pink speckled with like neon magenta and a really rich magenta mini skein for contrast. And I only knit one of these, but I love this, and I do need to cast on the other one at some point because look at those colors, they're so good. I love it. So another single sock, and then my last single sock I have are these beautiful striped socks. This colorway is from Tia's Terrific Yarns, I believe, on Etsy. She is like a queen at stripes, and I absolutely love this. This was one of her Valentine's Day colorways. I either got it in 2023 or 2024, and I do not remember what the colorway was called, but I absolutely loved it. The contrast purple heel and toe is a Disney Dreamlight Valley colorway I had in the shop for a couple of months, but unfortunately is no longer available, but I thought it paired perfectly with this striped sock. So yeah, that is all of my single socks. I need to work on these second socks, but I also was thinking, because I do have some random single socks that for some reason I didn't feel like casting on, and like some time has passed and I'm like, I just kind of just don't feel like casting the second one on for some reason. So what I was thinking is just maybe donating them to Socks for Sam, which if you're not familiar with that, if you go on Instagram and search Socks for Sam, it is you can like knit single socks and you can donate them to a child that has oh my gosh, please forgive me, I cannot remember what the disease is, but I will share everything on the screen here, and I think that is such a fantastic way to like clear single socks. Like or if you love knitting socks, even just a sock, and you're like, I don't really feel like making the second, I feel like Socks for Sam is the perfect place to send them off to. So I don't know, I might do that too, but we'll see. So those are all my finished socks. Then I'm gonna take a sip of tea. Ooh, it really does taste like birthday cake. Delicious. Okay, let's talk. Oh, I have one more finished object that is not socks, and I'm really excited to share this one because I was working on it my last podcast. So the shawl I was working on last podcast, and there's already cat hair on it, I finished. So this pattern is the mini skein shawl. I can't remember the creator's name, but I'll pop them on the screen. It was a pattern I found on Ravelry. I do believe it was a paid for pattern. I think it might have been like $350 US. But this literally is an absolute delight to knit, and I was so happy that there was a pattern for mini skeins, because this is knit up with my Wizard Treats mini skein collection, and it's 5 20-gram mini skeins, and each skein is based off of a popular wizard treat in the wizarding world. So let me just show you the colors we have here. So this is Birdie Bot's Every Flavor Bean. Hopefully it's picking it up on camera, but there's literally every single color in the color wheel on this skein of yarn. This was my most challenging colorway that I have dyed yet, but I am obsessed with the way it looks. Every single color just showed up exactly, which is like Birdie Bot's beans, right? It's like every flavor, every color you can imagine. So yeah, Birdie Bot's. The next one is, it's showing up, it is like dark, and it's showing up really dark on camera, but this is Drubal's Best Blowing Gum, which is a blue gumball. So it is a little darker, especially on camera, but if you hit it in the light the right way, you can clearly tell it has like a nice blue cast. So that one, and the next one, this one is Fizzing Whiz Bees, which was one of my absolute favorites. All of these colors were inspired by photos of like the wizard treats, and it just came out exactly how I wanted in my head, and I'm really happy with the color collection. And the next one, you could probably guess, is Butterbeer. Just a really deep rich yellow with like the foamy hues on, just like Butterbeer. And then the last one is chocolate frog. So yeah, I did not block this yet. I need to, because like the ends are all curly. But I am so thrilled with how this turned out. Like I said, the pattern was an absolute delight to work up. It was just a 2-row repeat, very mindless, super simple. I love because you can wear it like many different ways. I had this on the other day while I was doing some work, and I just like had it draped around my shoulders, and it just felt so snuggly and warm, and I love it. And then I also ran some errands and I wore it like a scarf, and I love it. I love all of like the different colors on it. I feel like you can wear so many different neutral things with it, and it will just match like navy, black, white, cream, purple, yellow. Like there's so many, I feel like there's so many ways that you can wear this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I started this in November and I just finished it in February. So yeah, this was the mini skein shawl pattern, and it was I think I might have already said this, but it's 5 20-gram mini skeins that equals to 100 grams of skein. So if you like this pattern but you don't want to use minis, you could use a full 100-gram skein of yarn to make the shawl. So yeah, super great pattern. Definitely recommend it. I will share below if you are interested. Yeah, so that's my Wizard Treats shawl, and I love it. Let's talk about my sweater that I've been working on for well over a year now. And I picked it up in November and December again, and I got some pretty decent progress on it. So this is the Cozy Comfort Sweater by Darling J'adore. The yarn that I picked was Big Twist Party in the color Cherry Blossom. This was my first knit sweater. It was a super simple raglan raglan style sweater. Worsted weight, super easy. Definitely recommend this pattern. It's just been taking me a while to work on it. And I finally finished the body. It looks really wrinkled because I just fold it up and shove it in a bag. I also haven't touched it since like beginning of January, I think. But yeah, I finished the body. I'm on my first sleeve. I'm so close. I just need to get it. I just need to finish it. But I have not been in the mood to work on it. But I am really excited. I'm hoping the length is okay. I did try it on, and it wasn't like super long, but I also figured once I block it, it's gonna grow too. And I never really mind like cropped stuff because I like to wear high-waisted pants. So I think it will be fine regardless. But yeah, I really love this sweater. I really love this pattern, and I think in the future I would love to make another one, like maybe come next fall. So yeah, that's how much progress. I finally got done on my sweater. My goal would be to get it done like maybe even end of March, mid-April, because it's still chilly and I feel like there's still time to finish it and maybe wear it for like another month or so, but we'll see what happens. Next, let's talk socks. More socks. I actually don't have a ton that I'm working on, but I probably will be, because I'm doing the I Love Socks and Knitting, or I Love Reading and Sock Knitting make along by Earth Tones Girl on Instagram, and it's a knit along that runs, it started last Saturday, March 1st, and ends through, was it the end of May or the beginning of May? I don't remember the end date, but anyways, I thought this is a perfect, I've never done this make along, but I was like, this is perfect because I have so many books that I need to read, so many backlog books I need to read, some socks I really need to like work on. So I gathered up all the books I wanted to read, all the socks that I need to work on, and kind of paired it together. So that's been a lot of fun. So first, let me show you this sock that I cast on. This is my Hermione colorway. I love the way this color came out. I dyed up Hogwarts is My Home collection, and I think it was November, and it featured Harry, Ron, and Hermione as colorways, and this is still available in the shop. I don't see it leaving anytime soon because you guys all seem to love it so much, and I love it so much, so I'm not ready to take it out of the shop. So it will probably be there for quite some time. So yeah, this was a sock set. This is the yarn. It's just a very lightly speckled with purple and brown for Hermione, and it's paired with a purple mini skein. And this is on our 75/25 superwash merino nylon base, and it's super squishy and soft, and I'm just adoring. I feel like it's picking up darker on camera for some reason, but I am obsessed with this colorway. So this is a sock I've been working on to pair with the Sorcerer's Stone. I am so overdue to read these books. It's been quite some time, probably years since I've read it, and I was like, I should read the first one while I'm working on my Hermione socks. I have not read it yet because I'm currently reading another book, but I'll talk about that. But I just feel like it's perfect. Hello, Hermione, Harry Potter, just perfect. So I am hoping to pick this up within the next couple weeks too. But yeah, that is my Hermione socks. I have in this cute little basket my sister gave me. Perfect little sock knitting basket. Oh, I did cast on the second sock of this one, and I have this in my little Valentine's Day bag from Polar Bear Yarn. I love her bag so much. Look at that lining. It's literally the most perfect sock bag, and I hope she releases more bags soon because I love them so much and I need more. So yeah, I'm just housing this in this bag. This is I did cast on the second sock. This is what it looks like. I love that her yarn is always in balls like this. I think it's so good. So I did cast on the second one. I literally just got through the cuff, so not super far, but the book I chose to pair with this is the Dungeons and Drama book. I started reading this over the summer and I only got a couple chapters, and it's so dang cute, and I was like, I need to pick this back up and finish it, and this literally is perfect. So these pair perfectly well together. Also, let it be known that this make along, you don't have to match your knitting to your books. I'm just extra and I love to color coordinate things. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this. It's like a super quick read. So yeah, that's my paired books together. The next sock and book I have is, I'm working on my brother-in-law's second sock, and I'm currently reading Onkstorm by Rebecca Yarros, which is the third book in the Fourth Wing series. And it matches I don't have the book with me because I have it on my Kindle, but this matches the cover. It's like gray and silver and black. And that's literally what made me want to cast this second sock on, which is so sad. But I was like, actually, I need to read this book and I need to finish this sock. So let's just do it. Let's dive into the book. Let's cast on the second sock. And it worked. I got so much done on my second sock, which I don't have with me. But yeah, that's my other sock and book coordination. Oh, this tea is really good. I have 2 more books that I plan on reading that I found some yarn to pair with. So let me show you those. So I had talked about this book series previously, and I'm still chugging through them because there's like 100 of them. But this is the Ice Planet Barbarian series. There's a lot of books. This is only the 4th book, and there's like, I forget how many. There's a lot, like over 10, I'm pretty sure. So I powered through like the 1st and 2nd one, like devoured it super fast. And I got to the 3rd one, it took me a while. Got to the 4th one, it took me a while. This is a fantastic series. Like, so far, I love it. It is spicy. It's gonna give you a brief overview of the series without like spoiling anything. This group of girls that get kidnapped and by aliens, bad aliens, and they land on a planet, and these blue aliens that are good save them, and it just like follows their storyline. So it is good, it's spicy, it's sci-fi, I love it. So this is Barbarian Mind. This is the 4th book in the series, and this is the yarn that I have to pair it with, and it's actually perfect and very funny because this skein of yarn I had in my stash, and this was a trial skein for the Harry colorway in the Hogwarts is My Home collection. This was just a trial skein, and it wasn't what I was looking for at all, so it just got put away in a bin. It's just a trial error skein, but like it's still a beautiful skein, but it's not the colorway that I was going for in that specific collection. But it was sitting in like my tote of yarn I have, like if you want to call them misfits. They're not even misfits, they're just colors that didn't dye up the way I had planned. So this was sitting in there, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is actually perfect. It's literally perfect. So I will make some socks with these while I read this book. I have really high hopes for this, and I talk a lot, but we'll see if I can actually manage to get through all of these socks and all of these books. But I'm hopeful. I'm kind of just like going with the motivation. Sometimes you need that little boost of motivation. So the next book that I also started reading, one of my dear friends got me this for my birthday, and it's called The Dreaming Way, Courting the Wisdom of Dreams. And I am huge onto like analyzing dreams and reading about dreams and interpreting dreams. And this book so far has been really good. I'm not super far, but if you're into that kind of stuff, I definitely suggest this book. Also, side tangent, look at this freaking cute sticker my friend got me for Christmas. The Knitter tarot card inspired. I love that, and that's my bookmark. But yeah, so this is the book, and this is the yarn I chose. So this is Teeny Button Studio in her Tears of the Kingdom Zelda colorway, and I thought it would be perfect. I think I might actually make a pair of socks for my friend that gave me the book. I might make socks for her with this, because it's, I don't know, it just coordinates perfectly, and I think these are colors that she would love. So yeah, that is all of my sock and book shenanigans. And I actually think that's all of my projects that I have. Yeah, that is all of them. Lots of socks as always. I really need to get this sweater finished, and I think that will feel really good to get that sweater finished. It felt really good to get this shawl finished too, because it kind of just got set on the back burner for a few months because I had other like obligations that I wanted to get done knitting wise, especially with like Christmas and gifts and birthdays and stuff like that. Some things just got set on the back burner, so it felt really good and I could still really enjoy this even with the weather. So yeah, I'm really excited. Are any of you knitting in the sock and book knit along? I've been really enjoying looking at everybody's pictures on Instagram. That's like one of my favorite things to do on Instagram, is to go into like tags of sock knitting and just look at everybody's sock knitting pictures. It brings me so much joy. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. And I know it's like months away, not that far away, but summer sock camp's coming up too, and that is, oh my gosh, I look forward to that so much every year. And I feel like last summer I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I wanted, so I'm really looking forward to it this year for sure. But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Stevie Yarn Co. That's where I share a lot of my projects. You can check out my hand-dyed yarn if that's your thing. I'm also over on TikTok as Stevie Yarn Co. And I will link my Etsy shop below if you'd like to check it out. I currently only have a few colors on, which are still like the Harry Potter colorways. But next Wednesday, which will be March 12th, I'm going to be dropping my springtime collection. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love for you to check it out. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me ramble about my knitting. It just always feels so good, especially in this time of the crazy world. It always feels so good to have a space to just decompress and just share about good things. So I hope to see you again soon.